Do you need to know how to achieve a goal? Hey, Jason here, and we're still going through the Bob Proctor's self-study coaching program. And if you didn't remember or you forgot, we're still doing the success puzzle. And it's all about putting the pieces together and really figuring out how to achieve your goals in life. And in the beginning of this, if you saw my earlier videos, remember Earl Nightingale said success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And the way to actually get that worthy ideal, it all is based upon our attitude. And the definition of attitude is your attitude is the composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions, which in turn produces your results. And this is really interesting because as I'm studying this, I'm starting to see this happens in every freaking part of our life. Like everything that has to do with our results, our attitude has to play with it. I saw it personally just the other day when I went out to another city, rode the train out, and it was, now I can laugh when I was irritated at the time. A taxi driver trying to fight the Uber driver, and the reality was like, I would never ride with you. I would never use a taxi that's trying to fight an Uber driver. And that's not even based off the reason. It's just a waste of my time to use a taxi in today's world. Trying to tell you where I need to go, give you the address. That is just pointless. And we don't live in this barbaric world anymore. Like literally it's easier to just hop on the phone, put in the address where I want to go, pay with a credit card so I don't have to use cash, which makes it safer for me, safer for the driver, and it's easier to get to. Like, we have to start realizing technology is our friend. It's not here to hurt us or take money from us. And most of the people who have that mentality or the attitude of they don't want to adapt to technology, really look at them. You're going to see a couple of things. One, they're usually not happy, they're broke, and they're always trying to chase money and wondering why they never get it. And the thing is that I realized today in my self-study, doing the studies and the research, and doing a bunch of the reading and just reflecting, is we've always been taught we need to know how to do something. And this is something we've been taught in school. How to do something. You need to color within the lines. You need to say this. You need to do a creative research writing, and this is what creativity you can write about. We've always been told to be in the guidelines and someone's telling us how to do something. And that is not how it's supposed to go. So if you really think about it and really think about a goal that you wanted to reach and you reached it in the past, a goal that you reached in the past, forgive me. Did you need to know how to do it, or did you need to know why you wanted that goal? Those are two different mindsets. And I'm gonna give you my personal example. And I'm gonna use the weight loss, because like I tell everybody, like this, looking at it from my weight loss perspective or weight release perspective, however you want to look at it or word it, this is the thing that helped me get healthy. Now, I was a person that was over 600 pounds using a CPAP machine to breathe at night. If you're not familiar with what a CPAP machine is, that's when someone has severe sleep apnea or moderate sleep apnea and they stop breathing several times throughout the night. For me, I would stop breathing over 100 times within an hour or so. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a crazy amount because I remember the technician told me, he's like, this is the worst case I've ever seen. And I was on a CPAP machine. When I first got on a CPAP machine, I kept trying to figure out how to get off a CPAP machine, how to get off. I couldn't find the research because I couldn't find people who was getting off the CPAP machine. It's just not something you find. Most of us, when we get a medical diagnosis, that is a diagnosis for life. And so I didn't know I was doing this. I was unconsciously competent. I started figuring out why I wanted to get off the CPAP machine, why it was a necessity to get off the CPAP machine. And here's the reason why. I wanted to be the best husband for Chantel at the time. I wanted to be a husband that she didn't have to worry about dying in the sleep. I didn't want her to wake up to me dead in the bed. I didn't want her to have that memory of me. That is why I stopped using a CPAP machine. And because that's the reason why I wanted to stop using CPAP machine, I discovered how to do it on my own. It didn't look like anything that I knew in my life. It didn't look like anything I was told in my life. And it turned out to be one of the best things for my life. That's why I literally say I'm here today, is because I changed my life. And I changed my life by changing my attitude. And like, really think about this. Like, this goes for everything. Doctors, lawyers, even if you're working as a janitor or a profession, like whatever thing you're doing in life, it's because your attitude is getting you there. The attitude of someone who is, let's just say, a teacher is not the same as the attitude of Elon Musk. They are not the same person at all. They don't think the same. They don't even think about the same things if the teacher thinks at all. And that's something I'm gonna talk about another day, because it was one of the things that came up, and it was like how most people don't want to think. And I was really baffled by that. But as I'm studying more into attitude and I'm researching myself, looking at myself and analyzing who I used to be, I'm seeing this is freaking true, man. Like, most of us don't want to think. Most of us don't want to think about a healthier life, a happier life, a richer life. I can tell you right now, like, even when I talk to people, most people tell me why they can't do something instead of why they want to do something. And it's time for us to move to a world to change that mentality. You know, I'm gonna just be honest, like, we're not under some white supremacy thumb anymore. Like, the world is not what we keep being told it is. It's not what the media tells it is. It's not what politicians say it is. And here's a fact. As someone who's traveled to a lot of countries around the world, and if you even look at YouTubers and other people who are traveling around the world, the whole world is the same. Nothing is different. You have good areas, you have bad areas, you have middle class, you have rich, you have poor. Nothing is different. There's no government that is better than another. Me being born in America is no different than people being born here in South Africa. We're still on the same planet. We're living on the same planet. We're having the exact same experiences. We're under the same issues. And the biggest issue is we're not controlling our attitude, because all of us have been taught that we're supposed to work hard. We've been taught, oh, you're supposed to go get a good education. What is a good education? If you really look at the things that benefit your life on a daily basis, like electricity, light bulbs, having a car, an elevator, all of these things, they were built by people who was literally classified as illiterate or too dumb to be in school. Thomas Edison, who probably one of the greatest inventions, and next to Nikola Tesla, he didn't have education. His teacher told his parents that he was going to be dumb and worthless. And look at him now, and I guarantee you that teacher was nobody. Like, we really need to start looking and readjusting the education that we have. And let me just go back to one of my favorite quotes. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. It will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And like, do you want to go into this next chapter of your life being illiterate? Or are you ready to learn, unlearn some of the things and start relearning new things to actually progress your life to where you want to be? And so just think about it. And just for today, your call to action is watch the Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret video. It's on my YouTube. You can just type in The Strangest Secret or go through my YouTube page and you'll see the video there. Watch it and listen to it this time. Like, don't just have your ears open. Listen to it with your heart. Like, reflect on your life. Like, is he speaking to me? Is he telling me some things that I can change in my life? We have to stop looking for external situations to make us happy, to make us richer, and to make us healthier. It's only going to happen when we start doing it ourselves and changing our attitude towards those areas of our life.